Good afternoon, everybody. This is me, Jason Gregory, coming at you from the UK with another Power Drive or Power Talk. It is the end of the week. I promised that I was going to go live this afternoon, so this is me fulfilling that promise. Hopefully you guys have had a really good week. Hopefully you guys are more valuable today than you were at the start of the week. Hopefully you guys have had a massive impact on somebody else's life today. Just remember, the greatest impact we can have is on somebody else, and how we can make a person's life better by us being there. So adding that tremendous amount of value to somebody else. But it is Friday afternoon, the end of a working week. Hopefully in the UK, now that things are opening up a little bit, hopefully there's a little bit less stress that people are on. I know there's other parts of the world that are still in lockdown, like France and places like that still in lockdown. But we will get through this. Yeah, these challenges come to make us stronger. It allows us to go get the pressure that we need to develop the character that we need to come out of that, so the next time we face similar or not so similar challenges, we're equipped to deal with it. And so a lot of people obviously run from challenges, but if you see the challenges as a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block, then we can look at it with different eyes. Hey Debbie, good to see you on. Yeah, but I'm going to talk about today, very quickly in the content, I'm going to talk about integrity, and integrity, which is the foundation to success. So as you come on, let me know where you're watching me from. If you're on catching me live, or if you're replay, put hashtag live or hashtag replay in there. If it's the first time you're watching me, by the way, just put hashtag new, and so that when I come back into the comments, I can give you a shout out, because I do appreciate all you guys that watch me. But what I want to talk about is integrity, is because integrity is not something that you imagine or something that you wish to have. Integrity is who you are. And integrity is so important. It is so important for you to operate within that. It's not something you can buy. You've either got it or you haven't. You can always tell when somebody hasn't got integrity, because eventually they will get caught out. What's that phrase? You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And so integrity is something extremely important when it comes to success. And it's actually measurable. It's not something that's just out in the ether somewhere. It's measurable. There's certain elements to it that you can measure. So for instance, number one, taking responsibility. Do you take responsibility for stuff that you do? Even stuff that you've really messed up, even if there was a way of getting out of it without getting found out, will you take responsibility? That is a measure of integrity. Yeah? Are you gonna take the shortcuts to avoid having to own up to something? Or are you gonna bite the bullet and say, you know something, my word is important to me and my name is very important to me, so let me own up to these things? That is measurable in terms of integrity. Being honest. Yeah, there's so many people that think that by being a little bit dishonest, you can cut some corners, you can get somewhere quick. Yeah, you can beat the system and do all these things. But this is the thing about dishonesty. When you are a dishonest person, you're always watching your back. You always have to remember something that you said or something that you did, just in case you have to make an excuse to justify it. Whereas if you're honest, that is never a pressure for you, because honesty is just who you are. You don't have to watch your back when you're honest, because there's nothing to watch out for. And so honesty is a very important part of integrity. Let your word be your bond. That's another one. Let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. If somebody can't trust you, if somebody can't depend on you, then you're not going to go far with that person. People want to be around people that they know they can trust, people that will live up to something that they said. They don't want to be around people that they have to second guess whether or not they're going to fulfill what they said or not. That means that you have no integrity, you have no word. Yeah, your word should be so important to you because it's connected to your name. Your name was something that was given to you by birth. It's something that you're going to have until you die. And so you want, when people quote your name, you want it to be quoted in a positive light. and not in a negative light. And the only way that's going to happen is if you live your life with integrity. Yeah, being faithful in the little things. Are you going to look at the things that you need to do and not do them because they may be uncomfortable, they may be inconvenient, and then you start looking at ways around it? You see, when you're faithful in the little things, then you're gonna be able to experience the big things. Yeah, there is a truism says those who are faithful in little can be trusted with much. And so, guys, what is it that you're doing today? Are you being faithful in those little things, or are you cutting corners? Are you looking for the next magic bullet that you're gonna be able to get a hold of, so you don't have to put any real effort in? Because you hear it all the time online. Don't worry, we'll build this for you. It will just grow organically. The product sells itself. The service sells itself. All these things you hear because they want to attract people who do not want to work, who do not want to learn the skill needed for success, but they want to tap into a false promise. That's why people who are doing, I'm coming from a position of business opportunities because that's the field I'm in, but that's why people are jumping all the time to different promises of greater things, greater compensation plans, greater products, greater services, looking for free and easy. There's a truism, I forgot who I heard it from first, but it says, free and easy is the most expensive thing you'll ever do. Yeah. So you have to be faithful in those little things that will lead to the big things. Learn that skill here, learn that skill there. Master the basics so that you can grow and teach that to others. And then when you're able to master the basics, grow and teach it to others, guess what's going to happen? Success will follow, because success is an act of service. Yeah, I said it before in the live. If you want to see all the most successful people out there, just go see how they serve others. I'll give you an example. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon. Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world. Yeah, Amazon. If you have ever had an issue with a product with Amazon, and you contact their customer service, I'm telling you now, their customer service is second to none. Yeah, it's very rare that they will not fulfill something for you, and you will come out of that experience with a really good feeling, knowing that if you order something from Amazon, then if it doesn't meet up to its expectation, you can get your money back. You can get some kind of alternative resolution to the problem. It will get sorted. And any of you who's ever used Amazon can probably say the same thing. I'd be surprised if somebody said that they went through to Amazon customer service and they got a bad service, because that's encrusted in the fabric of Amazon, which is why Amazon is so big, which is why they're selling so much product all over the place, and people are comfortable using them as a platform because they've got a very strong push on customer service, which is an act of integrity. The integrity is, if you buy something from us, if you are not happy, our word to you is we will sort it for you. That's integrity. And the moment you test that out and you can trust it, you will go back to that service over and over and over again. So if you are in the home-based business space like I'm in, let me ask you a question. Can people trust you? Do people know that when you say you're going to help them into the whatever business that you're doing, that you can be trusted to be there and help them, to mentor them, to help them to be successful? Can they trust you? Are you a person of integrity? Or are you just one of those ones who are trying to sign as many people up, throw the mud at the wall, and see how much of it will stick? You see, that is not a person of integrity. That is not longevity. You may get temporary satisfaction, and that's what happens. Even a dishonest person will get temporary satisfaction, but eventually you're going to get caught out. It's going to get you. It's going to get you where it hurts as well. And so you need to act with integrity. Don't pretend to have it, because you'll be as transparent as a pane of glass. Yeah. So it's not something you can pretend. Now, integrity does have its price, and what do I mean by that? When you're acting in integrity, you may get into a position where you may be seemingly losing out on stuff, because your integrity will not cause you to compromise. And unfortunately, we live in a world where a lot of times when you get compromised is when certain things open up to you. And if you are willing to stick at your guns and not compromise, the price of integrity is you may seemingly miss out on stuff. When I say seemingly, because you may be missing out on something over there, but something over here will open up for you if you have integrity, if you've got a good name. Because the benefits of integrity is doors will open up to you. They may come from places you weren't even expecting, but they will open up to you. Why? Because your name has preceded you, or your character, or what people say has preceded you. You see, guys, you cannot go wrong doing the right thing. Yeah, even if it takes you longer to get to the place versus the person who's trying to cut the corners. But I tell you, once you get there, you will sustain yourself there. Whereas the person who cuts their corners may get there quicker than you, but then you go back a few years later, that person's nowhere to be seen. Yeah, it's always better to come from a position of integrity, guys. And so this is really what I wanted to talk to you about today, and to challenge you as well. And so the next time somebody asks you to do something that you know will compromise your integrity, ask yourself the question, how valuable are you as a person? Because the moment you know your value, irrespective of who it is that's trying to tell you to do whatever, you are not going to let them devalue you. So know your value when you go out there, guys. Act with integrity, and you will help as many people as possible. Guys, if you're in the home-based business industry and you're watching me, act with integrity so that we can bring the right viewpoint of our industry, because we're in a very noble industry. Even though there's a lot of negative evangelists against that industry, mainly from people who don't even know and understand the industry, and they're talking from a position of ignorance. But even though they are out there, the way we can combat those opinions is by us doing the best we can do, act with integrity, helping as much as people as we can, so that the best form of revenge is massive success. So go and help as many people as you can. Whatever you're doing, guys, have a blessed weekend. And for those of you who are not at the place where you want to be, and maybe there's some things that are blocking you from being successful, there's some blockages in your mindset, guys, I want to give you access to an ebook that I wrote, an e-guide that I wrote, which is 5 things that are stopping people from fulfilling their true potential. If you want access to that free ebook, you let me know in the comments or send me a private message. I will make sure I will send you access to that book, and it'll be a great reminder of the things you need to do in order for you to be successful, and also the things you need to take away from yourself in order for you to be successful as well. So take care, guys. Have a blessed weekend, and I will see you for another Power Talk at some point next week. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.